Okay, do you know the song 525,600 Minutes from Rent? I've done that this many times. That many times. Seriously. Distractions, noises, me rambling on and making videos that are 9,000 minutes long and being reprimanded for them being too long to upload from my phone. So I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. I did want to say thanks to all of my old subscribers and new subscribers. The other day I realized I have either 53 or 54 people, which is amazingly awesome, and I appreciate you taking time to sit and watch me ramble on about books. I know I won't ever have thousands, hundreds of thousands, just because I don't edit, and that's a no-no in the booktube community, but I'm having fun, and hopefully people are enjoying it. But it's a lot of books, and I'm gonna again try to do this fast because I don't want to get cut off again and say this is too long and do this another 525,600 times. I have book closeouts, I have Ollie's, I have Used Bookstore, and I have Goodwill. I'm gonna do them in reverse order from when I did the first 90 billion times, just because I don't want to restack them. But I have the Best of Mutts. I think this one was $7.99. I got rid of my invoice, but book closeouts had a $10 coupon off of $35, I do believe, and I ended up spending with shipping $50. We'll just say that that is my free one, and I really am going to honestly do that one this week because it's just comic strips, and I really want some giggles because it's been a rough week. In the Beginning Mental Floss. If you don't know, Mental Floss is a magazine that comes out every 2 months. They may have bumped it up to coming out 8 times per year. It's facts. Honestly, a magazine that I read cover to cover just because it's interesting. Zombie Spaceship Wasteland by Patton Oswalt. You're Not Doing It Right, Michael Ian Black, which are both humorous nonfiction. Urban Dictionary, Hilarious Street Slang Defined. I've got, the little blurb says, I've got mad street cred now, faux shizzle. I shouldn't try to talk that way because country slang. The Revised Fundamentals of Caregiving by Jonathan Evison. It was not mentioned that it's an autographed copy. Drive On, J.E., you can see it. And this one is about a man who's going through a divorce, and so he decides to take a night course on fundamentals of caregiving, which is clients with illnesses and diseases and catheters and diaper changing and all of that. And his first client is a cantankerous 19-year-old boy who has I always want to say palsy, but it's not. It's muscular dystrophy, and so all of the adventures that he puts this man through. The Man of My Dreams, Curtis Sittenfeld, which I do have, Prep, and The American Wife I've not read yet. And oh, Curtis is a chick. Awesome. Ladies Lending Library by Janice Kuyak-Kiefer. This one is August 1963 at a beach cottage, just the women that are vacationing there and gossiping, book trading, fun times. The Long Drive Home by Will Allison, and this one is interesting in the fact that it's based on a man who's driving home. I believe his daughter is in the car, and there's an erratic driver that he jerks the steering wheel to try to get their attention and make them pay attention to what they're doing, and it causes an accident, and he lies to the police about what happened, and it's the events thereafter. The Mistress of Nothing by Kate Pullinger. I love this cover. Well, just a little market scene. It's about Lady Duff Gordon, who is was a passenger on the Titanic, and it's her life leading up to. And Shadow of a Quarter Moon by Eileen Clymer Schwab. This one is historical fiction set in 1839 in North Carolina on a plantation. Far Side of the Sky by Daniel Calla. This one is right after Kristallnacht for World War II. It's the Jews that are being exiled out to Shanghai in China, and I believe it's a Jewish man falls in love with a Chinese woman, and it's their story. I'm Better Than Your Kids by Maddox, which I don't know if it started as a meme or a blog, but this I'm reading this. It's pretty much a man who is picking apart, children's books and being snarky about them, and I've actually giggled, which is kind of evil. Still book closeouts. Save Us Draft by Kavanaugh Lee. I already own this and didn't realize until after I bought it, but I like this copy much better than what I already have. Sweet Valley Confidential, Francine Pascal, which I don't love that it's tiny, but that's okay. These came from the used bookstore in Nashville. One Good Turn, Kate Atkinson, which is the second in a series, and I don't have the first. Mrs. Kimball by Jennifer Haig. This was a nickel, which you can get that out of your cup holder in your car, really. But it's a man, I believe, with 2 wives and a mistress, and it's told from their varying points of view onto the events of his happening. Winter Rose by Jennifer Donnelly, which I have the Tea Rose. I've had it on my bookshelf forever, and tried to read it the other night, but I'm in such a book slump that it just wasn't happening. Dog on It by Spencer Quinn. This one, I believe, is the second in a series about a detective, and it's told from the perspective of his dog. Empress Orchid, Anchi Min, which I'm excited that I got this because I bought the first book in the series a couple weeks ago, and sorry, the second book, and this is the first one, so that way I can read them in order. My Dream of You, Nala O'Fallon. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. 15 cents. Basically, mid-century Ireland scandal about an affair between an English landlord and her Irish servant. Scandalous. The Tale of Murasaki by Liza Dalby, which is a fiction story of the Tale of Genji, which is apparently the most popular work of Japanese fiction. It was, I think, the first novel that was ever written in Japanese. That was all I got at the used bookstore. These came from Goodwill. They were 22 cents a piece because I got them on a 50% off day. Those Who Save Us by Jenna Blum. This one was in my Friday Reads video last week. I have not started it. It's awful. The Touch by Colleen McCullough. She's the author of Thornbirds. This was also in my Friday Reads video. I haven't started it. Small Island by Andrea Levy. This one has the deckled edges and the flippity flaps, which one of my viewers told me are called the French flaps. I still want to call them flippity flaps, so I think that we're going to start calling them French flippity flaps. Say that 10 times fast. Million Little Pieces, James Frey. This one I used to have. Got rid of it because the whole Oprah thing. I'll try it again, but I'll know going into it that it's fiction. Spot a Bother, Mark Haddon. He's the author of The Curious Incident of the Dog in Nighttime, which is one of my least favorite books ever, but I'm going to give the author another try. Riding in Cars with Boys by Beverly D'Onofrio. I have not seen the movie. And then I think I'm the last person in the world to have read these, but they were so cheap that I had to get them. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, The Second Summer of the Sisterhood, Girls in Pants, which is the third one, and Forever in Blue, which is the fourth one. They didn't have the fifth, but I'll look for that at my used bookstore. And the last ones I got at Ollie's are Playground by 50 Cent, and I honestly only bought it because it was signed and $1.99. My Life in Black and White by Natasha Friend. This one is young adult. And the Blackout book, 500 Family Games and Puzzles for Wartime Entertainment, which I'm reading, which is not really reading. It's basically things that people did during World War II to keep themselves entertained. And An Echo in the Bone by Diana Gabaldon, which is a beast of a book. It's the 7th in a series, and I am still reading the first one. I'm only this far of the book. I read this much in May, so I'm very far behind. I need to get back on track. But I remember where the story was, so I'll be able to get back into it. This was only $3 for this giant hardcover, and I could take it to my used bookstore and get twice that much credit out of it. Anyways, that's it. That's everything. I don't know if anybody else is interested in starting a 12-step program for book buying. Let me know below. We'll get together and have coffee and cry about, we don't need to buy books, but then go out to the bookstore and get some more after we're done with our coffee. Anyways, hopefully I can get back to not getting some time for like an hour to read without any distractions. That's my hope. But that's it. I'm done. I'm going to stop talking so I can upload this now.